I think we should be live. Well, not live anymore, but I think we should be starting. So I'm just gonna give it a moment. Words. Um. Okay. Hey guys, Sparky here, and um. So as you may notice, I'm posting a few pre-recorded streams today. Um. So today was planned to be the release of Quilted Island, but I couldn't bring myself to work on it. It was uh, too stressful for me. So instead, I'm going to be pre recording 5 different streams and having them each come out at a different time of the day. This first one is going to be ranking the My Singing monsters, um, and this should be coming out at noon today. Um, and there's planned to be All About Sweet Island, which should be coming up at 3 p.m. And then the Going Over Your Quilted Island entries, and that should be 6 p.m., which is the normal premiere time. And then there's 9 p.m. with Redesigning Artificial Magical Monsters and Drawing Myself in Different Art Styles, which will be at midnight. Um, so now that that's sort of over with, we can get into actually ranking these monsters. One moment. I just wanted to respond to a comment quick. Okay. There's someone just saying about that I should add the rares and epics to this as well, but I don't want to add any variants besides the Rebel Box because they have their own unique sound. Alright, so anyway, here we are on the ranking thing, and I did have these in order, but sadly it alphabetized them. Wait, what does Fronley look like? 1 second. Oh dear. Okay. Anyway, we'll just go in the alphabetical order then. So first up is Iraqi Laylee. For now, I'm just gonna put them in the B tier. I I really like their sound, although it's a lie. It sounds more like a guitar than a ukulele, and I am going to sue. Um, all right. So next up is Astropod. I think they're actually pretty cool, but I'm gonna put them with Iraqi Laylee. Um, I think their sound's cool. I think their design's pretty cool. It's a bit hard to make out parts of the design, like from farther away, because there's just it's very light, like the legs, for example. But I still think it's really good. The colors work well together as well. And there's Atmos. I'm also going to put that in B tier. We're going to have a lot of B tier monsters. The design's pretty cool. The idea of an air guitar for an air monster, that's a really cool idea. I like that. Banja, I don't know. I think the design's really cool, and I also think the sound's really cool. This is going to be rather boring. This is going to be all in the B tier, aren't they? Barb, I think I'm going to really like their design and their sound. Bellowfish, another solid B tier. Bisonoris, um, B tier. Labbit, they're okay. I think I'll put Bisonoris down here. This might change later. I don't know, I might move Bisonoris back up there. I think Bellowfish is gonna go down here too, and Vanjaw. Okay. I don't think they're bad. I just like these a little bit more. Blossom, eh, it's a really cool monster. It's just not my favorite. Lipsqueak, once again, really cool monster, just not my favorite. Float, it's a little underwhelming in the song. Like, I love the sound, love the design, but it's the words. The part it plays in its only island is not a very big one. Bon Appetit, I'm gonna put that in A tier. I really like Bon Appetit. Their design, I just really like their design. They look so soft, and also their sound is like really good. Like it can go along with pretty much anything, as the meme would go. Um, and they're great in their song too. Bonkers. I really like Bonkers actually. I think there's such a unique sound, and I don't remember what the instrument's called, but I'm sure you can remember. But I just think it's very interesting. I really love the design, and the sound's really cool, and they play a great part in the song. Voodoo, once again, same thing as Bonkers. Like, it's such a small but important sound. Boscus, I'll put that there. I don't love them, but they're pretty cool. Bogart, I like them more than Boscus, but I think they're pretty cool. Um, I like that this. I love the instrument this monster plays, but I'm not a huge fan of the design. Bridget. From um, they're really cool. They're just not my favorite, is all. Um, all right, Bulbo. A lot of people might agree, but I really like Bulbo. Or disagree. Sorry, a lot of people might disagree, but I really like Bulbo. Um, I don't. I think they worked better in the song for Light Island than Bloat did, but I think their sound is similar to how Voodoo's is, where it's such a small thing, but it really helps. Okay, Kahoot. I really like Kahoot. Most of the Sanctum monsters are probably going to be B tier. I'm going to move Bridget and Boscus down here, and Blossom and Blabbit. Yeah. Okay. Again, I don't dislike them. I just think they're really. They're just not my favorite, is all. Um, Candelabra. Uh, they're really cool. I like their sound. I just don't vibe with design. Like, it's really cool, don't get me wrong. It's just not my favorite. And some of this stuff isn't really based on anything specific, it's just my opinion on the monster overall. You know what? Their sound's really cool. I think their sound makes up for. There's nothing I don't like about the design. It's just not my favorite at all. Cantarell, I think they're really cool, but I just think they're really cool. Clacula, once again, same thing with Voodoo and Bulbo, except I really like the design too, and they play a great part in both the songs they're in. Flamble, eh, they play an important role. Their sounds like it's gonna be like that for all percussionists. So, Clavinat, I think the design's pretty cool and the sound's really catchy. Um, but I don't know if they deserve to be. I think I'll put them up there for now. Kongol, their tribal island part makes them better, but I don't know. They're just not that interesting to me. Crepuscule, their sound's barely noticeable for me. Their design scares me, but it's pretty cool. Cybop, I just don't love Cybop. Of course, I think they're cool, like all of these. Sorry, I'm going through these so fast. There's like 167, I think. Dandy Doo, I really like Dandy Doo. I yeah, that's it. I just like Dandy Doo. Deej, I used to like them more, but they're just an electronic drum set. They got a little less important once Repetillo came along and Periscorp and Ziggurat. Is Ziggurat on here? Ziggurat on here. Okay, yeah. If I forgot a monster, my apologies. I tried my best. Alright, Deja Jin. I think they're pretty cool, but they're just not my favorite. Denchas, same with Denchas. Dermot, I just never really vibed with Dermot. Dipsters, I think they're a really cool addition. Ray's my favorite Dipster, but I didn't want to have all of them separately, since they're pretty much just the same monster. Alright, Dragong, I think they go with Clamble. Dromedary, I'm not too into them. I think they're cool again, don't get me wrong. I'm just not too into it. Trumpler, this monster is always so easy to work with, and their sound's always pretty simple but pretty cool. So I'm gonna put them in B tier. Drumroll, I think their design's pretty cool. I'm gonna put them there. Edamimi, they're pretty much. I'll just put them one rank lower than Voodoo. They're very similar to Voodoo, but there is a slight difference. Alright, Emprat. This one's fun to work with. And they sound pretty good on the islands they're on. Minus Cloud Island. Points off for Cloud Island. I think it's cool that they went for the Gentle Giant thing, but I think they should have done something different than just Tweedle's part. Fiddlemint, A tier. No questions. Fleetworm, I really like the sound. Flugel, I really like Flugel. I'll go with Bogart. Flutefly, amazing. No S tier. You know what? Speaking of S tier, I know I said we're going in order, but S tier. I love Zeister. Flow's pretty good. Always fun to work with. Plumox, not my favorite. Flores, A tier. Ronley, B tier. Wait, where's... Yeah, Kahoot. It goes with Kahoot. Okay. Funprey, B tier. Furcorn, B tier. Too iconic not to be any lower. It can't be any lower than B tier. It's too iconic. Furnos, not my favorite. The design's pretty cool though. Flog, fun to work with. Galvana, pretty cool. G'day. A didgeridoo? Are you kidding me? That's really cool. Actually, I'll put it down here because I don't love the design. I don't think the design's bad. I just love it. Gast. I think I'll put that in S tier. You know what? A tier for now. Yeah, we'll go S tier, actually. Okay, so I'm hovering over Kana, so we'll go to Kana. B tier. I like Kana a lot. Giger, I'll put it C tier. I think the design's pretty cool. Gajube, I think Gajube's pretty cool too. Glacier, they're just not my favorite. Glopchick, I really like Glopchick. I think that's gonna go B tier. Glow's really cool. It goes with Kana though. I think it's the same actress. Okay. Gobbly Gourd, this is probably higher than some people would put it, but I kind of like Gobbly Gourd, honestly. Gob's pretty fun to work with as well. Grumpire is pretty cool. Hollow, Hollow sounds pretty underwhelming, but I love their design. I think their design makes up for the sound. Hippity Hop, I like Denches more than them, but I'll put them in the same tier. Hula, pretty cool monster, I guess. Hornacle. This one can be done. This one actually. I think I'll go here. Geode. Their sound's really hard to work with, and I don't love the design, but their sound's pretty cool. They work well on the islands they're on. Jelbilly, I don't like Jelbilly that much. I think they're cool. They're just, compared to other monsters, I don't like them that much. But I do still really like them. Gazillion, I really like Gazillion. You know, I think I'm gonna have to put the Sanctum monsters here. Krillby, I like Krillby a lot. Larvalus, it's not as good as the other ones in my opinion. No, I like it. I love it, actually. I think it's really cool. Ludwig, I think they're really cool, too. Magpie, probably my least favorite Weirdo. That's just, they're all really good. It's just, the others are top tier. Put them in B tier. And Talker will probably, I'm gonna go for Talker next. Where's Talker? Okay, Paroson. Paroson is a S tier. I'm gonna go for the Wordos. Okay, Steward, also S tier. Talker, A tier. Mammoth, same tier as Furcorn. Mulch, I don't like Mulch, like, at all. I do like them, sorry. This is in comparison to other monsters, keep in mind. I love all the monsters, they're all really cool. I appreciate all of them. When I say I don't like Mulch at all, I mean in comparison to other monsters, it doesn't, like, rank up there, in my opinion. Maw, they're not my favorite, but they're pretty cool. I quite like them, I guess. But Mushaboom, that's a Sanctum monster. All the Sanctum monsters are in A tier for me. Nebulob, that goes with Kazillion, which is probably here, right? Right, right, right. Okay. Noggin, it's a base monster. It's a single level. It has to go with Kana. Kana's there, right? Where's Kana? You know, right there. Okay, yeah. Octopus, I love Octopus. I didn't mean to drop you there, bud. Bud. Okay. Ostex, A tier. Pango, B tier. Sorry I'm not giving much reasoning for some of these. Like I said, there's so many. I guess I can start giving more reasons. Pechidna, I really like this. I adore the design. Like, the design's my favorite part. And I like how they're both a vocalist and an instrumentalist. Periscorp, I love Periscorp. Fangler, I love Fangler. Um, Once again, Pixelotl, I love Pixelotl. Platy, I really like Platy. Um, I wish Plinkajou could have appeared more. Plixie, I don't love Plixie very much. Um, Monster, I'm suddenly forgetting the name of Pluckbill. Pluckbills, I'll put them on C tier. Poke, C tier. Pom Pom, I think they are a good addition to Islands. I'll put them with Mammoth and Furcorn. Poppet, uh, B tier. I think they're really cool. Potbelly, always amazingly easy to work with. A tier. Really cool design, really cool sound. Hummel, it goes with Edom and Voodoo, which I think are here. Yes. Conclusion, I really like them. I've just never been a fan of the Hooga Booga kind of thing. But I really like the design. I actually love the design. And I love that there's like seasonals in the game in general. But Chorister is really cool. I don't like the composer sound, but besides that, Quibble, always really fun to work with. Their design's pretty cool too. Variable Box, we'll put them B tier. I quite like them. Since Webbox is there, we'll do Common Webbox. I think they go together, honestly. I like them both pretty much equally. Rebro, I guess B tier. Reedling, that would probably be A tier. I really like Reedling. I also like Scubs. I really like Repetillo. Repetillo is one of my favorites. It dropped the thing and scrolled with my mouse. Okay. I really like Repetillo and Ziggurat. Stop that. I just want to grab the monster and scroll. Rift's really cool. Roarick, I love the design and I love the sound, but the placement of the song is holding it back from being S tier. You know, I think I'm gonna move Kahoot up a little bit. I really like Kahoot. Ruba, I think Ruba's pretty cool. Rototoot, I think they're pretty cool. Scartar, one of my favorite monsters as well. Scargo, pretty underwhelming sound, but they really help the island, I guess. I'll put them in B tier. Schmoochel, I quite like Schmoochel. Stop that. No! Okay. Schmoochel B tier, I think. Forgetting the name of this monster suddenly, but I think they're really cool. I really like the design. The design's probably my favorite part of them. Screamo. Shellbeat. It's just a drum kit monster. It works. Shrub. A beatboxing monster is pretty cool for an idea. Pretty much all the Sugar fam's gonna go in D tier. Except Sugarbush. Sugarbush can go C tier, one tier above. I think collabing with Christian Bush was a really cool idea. Snizer. I love Snizer. Let's go here or here, though. I guess up there. You know what? No, I don't think Snizer's that good. Neither do I think those two are. Well, yeah. Okay, just Snizer. Souza. B tier. Socks. A tier. Sponge. B tier. Some of the islands are holding it back, but like its sound on Space Island, for example, is amazing. Flytrap. This will go lower, but I really like the sound. Squat. Same thing with Spytrap. Stog is Stoggers, I guess. Syncopite. They're pretty cool. C tier, I suppose. T-Rocks. B tier. Capricorn, A tier, for sure. Thermind. They work really well on all the islands they're on. Thrumble. I don't have anything against Thrumble. Same thing with Thumpies. A bit too quiet on some islands. Flock. I really like Flock. Chihuahua. I really like Chihuahua. Jammer. They're a pretty fun monster. I think I'll go B tier. Tutu. I really like Tutu's sound and design. A lot of people might not agree with this choice, but I personally really like Tutu's like sound. For this is my birth celestial, but it's good for the island, but it's not my favorite. Tring, probably the same place as Incisor, which is probably here, right? I don't think Incisors on here yet. Are they? Are they? They should be. Incisor should be up there, right? Okay. Where's Incisor? Whatever. Just no Incisors B tier. Tweedle. B tier. Incisors on here, right? Are they in my... 1 second, I just want to check something real quick. You know what? They should be here somewhere. Where are they? Let me find them. Now, I'll just assume I've already organized them somewhere. Unless they're down here. Okay. Timpa. I think they work really well. Voodoo. I think they're pretty cool. Vamp. They are beautiful, and I think they're really cool on every island they're on. Waddle. I've always really liked Waddle, but the lips scare me. I really like Waddle. Plus, they go along with Fangler really well. Elijah's pretty cool. Wisp is... I always liked Wisp. think they're really cool. Whimsies, also really cool. Wither, another one I really, really like. Wallaby, and we'll go B tier. I thought I already did Wallaby at one point. Maybe not. Wink, they're really fun to work with on islands, but their sound doesn't always sound amazing, so I'll put them B tier. The Ostrich, they're pretty cool. I just don't vibe with them, but they're pretty cool. Zinth, I've gotten kind of sick of their sound from having a Zinth farm. But now that I have the full song, I don't have to really worry about that. Zuker, I guess they go there. You know what? Zinth can go there. Yelmet went there. Yule, I think they're pretty cool. I think they should go B tier if I can move them. And finally, in A tier, we're going to have Juggler. So if there's any I missed, I am very sorry. I guess I should go back and talk about each of them and what I would change about them to have them be not S tier, because that's like things that are just really cool to me personally, but now that I've organized them, I'm going to talk about like each of them specifically. So Plixie, I honestly I just don't like the sound. It's once again, when I say don't like, I still like it. It's just in comparison to other monsters. Sorry, I keep repeating that, but when I say that I don't like something, I still like it. I just it's not as much as other monsters. So I don't like Plixie's sound as much as I do like other monsters. Um, Same thing with Mulch. I don't really like the sound or the design. They're good. They're just not for me. Um, Bridget, it's the design that brings it down for me. Boscus, um, I think they sound a bit odd on certain islands, but I think it's a really cool idea for a monster. And I think it works pretty well on most of the places it's on. But the design, just not my favorite. It's really cool, and it works for Dawn of Fire. But it's just not my favorite. Blossom, everything's cool about this monster, just not my favorite. Same thing with Blabbit. Um, Also, they're just too little of an addition to an island. Like, an island could work perfectly fine without Blabbit. Um, for all the islands they're on. Creepaskill, same thing as Blabbit. The islands could work just fine without them one. Cybop and Jellybilly, they sound very similar. I'll put them next to each other right now so I can just talk about them together. I'm gonna sort of include them as one monster because they're just very, very similar. Um, a jellyfish monster design's a really cool idea, and Cybop's design, like a propeller monster, that's really cool. I just don't love the sounds at all. Again, nothing I particularly dislike, just not my favorite. Dermot, um, I think the design's pretty cool. It's just not something I personally like. Flamox, I used to really like them. Um, I I don't think there's anything they can do to be better. I just don't think it's something I vibe with. Ironically, probably one of the most vibey monsters there is, though. Um, Dromedary, I'm not a fan of the design or the sound. Um, I think I might move Dromedary down here. Dromedary, I'm not quite sure. Sugar Fam, the only one that gets points for being unique is Sugar Fox, and that has an idle animation. And I think that unique idle animation should have gone to the original Sugarbush. Since they are one. Well, I guess Sugar Beats also has a unique animation, but still. I guess it's because everyone else has to hold an instrument, while Sugar Fox and Sugar Beats have unique situations. But either way, still really cool. It's really cool that they had a collab with Christian Bush, and Love and Money is a pretty great song, I guess. I don't hate country like a lot of people do. It My favorite would probably be either Sugarbox or Sugatar, but they're not my favorite monsters. I don't dislike them at all. I don't dislike any of the monsters, but Banjaw, I think their design's cool. Once again, I just don't vibe with it. There's nothing, once again, necessarily wrong with it. Same thing with Bellowfish. I think their design is really cool on, or no, their sound. I think their sound's really cool on Ethereal, but working with them in Composer is kind of annoying, and I'm rating monsters as a whole. Bisonoris, I feel like there's just something more that could have been done with them. And also, the animation with the sound just confuses me slightly. Like, it echoes, but sometimes it looks like the echo's coming out of the smaller one. But I don't know. The animation confuses me a bit, but that's just a small critique. It doesn't make me dislike the monster or anything. I think the design's really cool. It's just not my favorite. The voice works for it too. Lip Squeak, it's a really cool idea for a monster, and I like the design. That I don't have anything bad to say about it. I just put it there. And there's Bloat. Great sound, great design. I am partially yawning. Okay, I'm good now. Great sound, great design, underutilized in the song. It got annoying to me. I still really like it though, especially the design. Candelabra, I just don't love the design, but it sounds really cool on all the islands it's on. What's the name? Cantorel. Pretty cool. That's all I have to say. These are designs that I still like. This stuff I still like. It just didn't go. It's just not. Wow, I love these monsters. Like these are, and these went above and beyond in like the toppest tier monsters. So that's what this is sort of going on. These are still cool, I guess. These are just my least favorite, but I don't dislike them. But anyhow, Clamble, always pretty easy to work with. They just get boring to work with after a while. Same thing with Dragon, although it has the stomping sound, which I really like. Congle, it's pretty much just a conga drum and that's it. Which that's all it needs to be. That's all it really advertises itself to be. But I don't know, it just gets boring after a while. Deja Jin, wait, I don't want to have Deja Jin this low. That's a Sanctum monster. It belongs with the other Sanctum monsters. I really like Deja Jin. Alright, Denchas, and I'll include Hippity Hop too. I'll include those two together. I really like the the doubling up of the monsters there. Trying to think if we had any of those on Light Island. I don't know if we did. Do we have any on? Oh wait, Bone Island, Fairy Island. What did Psychic Island have for the double? Bonkers. Did Light Island have any? I can't remember. But they're good. They're just uh. I love the surprise Denchas gives, and I feel like the design works with the voice for Hippity Hop, but they're just not my favorite. Dipsters, they're such a cool idea, and I love them, especially when they were first added. I like it. You have a different way of getting them than most monsters, and it's similar for the Wordos. But that's how you know it's sort of a special monster, and similar to Rare Roblox as well, or similar is Rare Roblox as well. I don't think they should be on every island, because I think that might be a bit much, but I think they're good for a lot of the islands. I already said Jargon with Thimble. Emprat, I don't love some of their sounds, but they're pretty cool in general. I like them on Plant Island, um, and I like them on Continent. I don't remember what they sound like on Gold Island. I don't love them on Cloud Island, but I think the idea of like a gentle giant sounding monster is pretty cool. Furnos, just not my favorite. I love their sound on Celestial Island though. Giger, pretty cool sound, pretty cool design. Glacier, uh, not particularly memorable besides the parts where it speaks or sings. Gobbly Gourd, it's I like it a lot more than other people do, but it's just not my absolute number one favorite or anything. Same thing with Hula, except it's not unpopular. Sorry, excuse me. Hornacle, I think they're really cool. That's it. Puffbill, I also think they're really cool. I like how they reused a scrapped concept, similar to Flute Fly, how they were a scrapped concept. Incisor, I think they're really cool and they add a lot to the islands they're on, but some of the islands they're on should just go without them, I guess. You know what? No. I think they're a really good addition, and I think they're great. Disregard what I said. As you can see, I wasn't prepped for this or anything. Geode, don't love the color. Design's pretty alright. Sounds pretty cool, but it's really hard to work with. Moth, design's pretty cool. It works really well on the island, so unofficially. Sounds pretty hard to work with. Not my favorite composer sound. Especially because it's a doubled up sound. Instead of going D, it goes DD, which is annoying. Because then you have to slice it oddly for it to work on specific things, and it's just Poke, they work well on Wublin Island. I'm gonna move them up to B tier. Sugarbush, I think it once again really cool they did a collab with Christian Bush, and Sugarbush is much more unique because it's just much more unique than these because it's sort of like the OG. It's the first one you get. It's a more unique experience. Like at least like compared to other monsters on Plant Island, like Geode and Gas, maybe it's not so unique in how it's made. But these aren't unique in comparison to each other, and that a lot of them share the same idle animation and proportions, and like pretty much exact same design, just different colors and instruments with small changes. To be fair, most Pom Pom fams the same way, but they're much more unique in that they have unique sounds and animations, and they're just overall much more different. Syncopite, they're just probably same story for Deej. They're just another drum kit that's it's just words stutter. Sorry. Um, it's not as you know what? I'm gonna move it up a tier. I think the design's really cool. It sounds pretty cool too. It's just not my favorite as a whole. The Ostrich, I don't love the Ostrich, but they're a pretty cool monster. Iraqi Laylee, love the design, love the sound, though I feel like it's more of a guitar than a ukulele. Astropod, love the design, love the sound. I already gave my review for these three. Barb, I really love the design. I think the pink accents work just perfectly, and it's unique enough compared to Flower, but it's still got a very similar vibe to Flower. Oh, I'll talk about Flower over one topic. Flower is a unique and cool monster. They're always really easy to work with. Yeah, that's kind of it. Bogart, they are really pretty sounding everywhere they are. Everywhere they are sounds like their sound is amazing. The design's really cool. Bulbo, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna move Bulbo, Incisor, Edamame. Sorry about that. And I think that's it. Okay. They're all very subtle and small changes, these three, but they really help on the islands they're on. And they're pretty much all really easy to work with, too. Dindy-Doo, I love the sound. The sound is amazing. The design's pretty cool. Drumpler, always really easy to work with, really easy to listen to, just overall pretty cool. Um, this one, it's just another drum kit, but it's still interesting enough for the island it's on. And I'm going to say as much for those three, these four. Are there any others I'm missing? Okay, 5. 3 rows more. Oh, this goes up with the subtle ones, but that still works. Okay, Chimpo, same thing as Drumpler. Magpie, I really like them. I love all the Wordos. This one just happens to be my least favorite of them. I don't have anything I dislike about them. Their sounds just generally not as good as the other ones. I don't particularly love the Cold Island Wordos or the Water Island Wordos. I like Water Island better than the Cold Island. I'm kind of sad that the Earth and Water couldn't have been extended, but I think that was during quarantine anyway, so I didn't see how. But kind of sad the song wasn't extended, but I think they work well. Bleachworm, I really love the sound and the design, and same thing with Flugel. Same thing with that one. This one's just a classic. Same thing with Flog. I find Flog to be a classic, and they're pretty easy to work with. Furcorn, I struggle to get into the voice of sometimes, but the composer sounds pretty good too. They're pretty great on every island they're on. And even in Furcorn's Jelly Dreams, they're really cool. Galvana, amazing sound. This is literally didgeridoo. What else do you need in your life? Kana, they're always really pretty on the islands they're on. I love their design. Gloptic, once again, same thing as Kana. Glowl, I'm gonna swap that. Glowl, I really like them. That's kind of just it. I think the design's really cool. I love the colors. They work really well together. Geode, I think they work great on Time Island. And I think the idea of a walrus monster is really cool and unique and hasn't been done before. Gob, they sound amazing. We're going to move them up a tier. Grumpire, once again, fun to work with. Hollow, their design sounds really cool, but they don't add much to the song at times. But they're more subtle. I guess they go up there. Like, they help the song, but it's kind of hard to hear them sometimes. So slightly worse than these ones, but these two are just really fun. I feel like this would be the same as Bleachworm, same as Furcorn, but even easier to work with and even more pleasing. Noggin, same thing, even though it's not a vocalist. Pom Pom, kind of annoying to work with because I kind of always have to use Composer, but it still fits because Cheerleader Monster, hey, you know. Tango, same thing as up there, same thing as up there. Funkleton, don't love the whole Booga Booga thing, but I think they work really well, especially the songs they're in. Love the design. I love the idea of a Halloween monster. Webboxes, I think it's really cool to have like remixed vocals that are like an error message. It's it's a really cool idea and I love it. I quite like dubstep as well. You can tell they're kind of an afterthought with a lot of the songs they're in, but it's not bad. Riff, I really love Riff. Same thing with Rebro and Schmoochel. They're just really cool monsters in general. Great designs, great sounds. This one, I don't like the sound as much as I adore the design. Shrub, I don't like when it stands up. But it's a beatboxing monster is such a cool idea. Sponge, bonus points for Space Island. Souza, always a great addition to an island. Ruba, I think I just love the whole hippie vibe. It's really cool. They're so like I love the design especially and the tie dye up there. That's really cool. These three can go together in that I really love the sounds for the islands they're on. Um, all three I can say the designs aren't my favorite, but the sounds really make up for it. Thrumble's pretty good. Although I hate Tumble Thumble. I just really like timpani sounds. And Thumpies, I didn't. I knew them in my Singing Monsters more than before I knew them from Thumpy's verse. I really like their sound. um, I really like the bass sound. I need to get water after this. My throat's getting angry. Um, Jammer and Tweedle. Um, they sound really cool, especially when their voices are layered. But this sounds really cool on Bone Island. And Tweedle's always really pretty wherever they are. Tring, there. Buduk is just pretty cool sounding. Same thing with Elijah and Wallaby. Wink can sound a bit odd at sometimes, but I think they're a really fun monster, especially to voice. Um, I think their colors are really cool too. Zucker, they're not the easiest to work with because I don't own a kazoo, but I think a kazoo monster is such a cool idea. It's as great as having a didgeridoo monster. Um, Zinth, cool. I just got kind of bored of it. Yule, pretty cool. It's cool to have seasonal monsters. Um, it very much fits the season it represents. Sorry, I didn't get as much sleep as I usually do. At the time of recording this, I'm just starting a new. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule, so I woke up a little earlier, but I still went to sleep pretty late. But anywho, that's not what we're here for. Yelmet, I think they're really cool. Same thing with Poke. So there's not much to say about some of these. I'm just gonna go over the exceptions here because or anything I want to say because for these designs and sounds went above and beyond, and I've just always loved them. Waddle, it's not an above and beyond thing, but I just always found comfort in the design. Minus the lips, which are very scary. But everything else about Waddle is amazing. I really like the sound. It's really pretty. Octopus is amazing to work with. Deja Jin, um, it's probably one of my least favorite Sanctum monsters, but I don't know. I like all the Sanctum monsters a lot. Um, you know, forget what I said about it being one of my least favorite Sanctum monsters. I just think it's really cool. Um, I don't like that its things light up. If it's is it the I don't think it's the light element, so I find that kind of off. Uh, Tutu, most people probably wouldn't put it here, but I just really like them. I like their design. I like the proportions of like the limbs, and I like the whole idea of a ballerina monster. Um, I don't really see them very much as a family member. I guess I can see with the ends of the limbs being puffed up and having this shape of a body, though this is a bit more triangular than or than the other ones, and have yeah, that's it. Um, I really love the sound pretty much. Same thing with Chihuahua. Um, Nothing too notable about these. I don't like the placement of the sounds for Roarick. Besides that, it's fine. I know these are just another drum kit thing, but I just really love them. They're amazing on every island they're on, and their sounds are always pretty easy to work with too. Hmm. Scups is such a unique idea for a monster, and it's amazing. Fiddlement is just straight up beautiful when it comes to the sound. Hooker, same thing as Magpie, but I just like them slightly better. Magpie and Storb really need to be on a third island together. Zeister, I love their design, and I especially love their color. I love their makeup. They're wonderful. Their sound is amazing. I just love everything about them. Ghast has always been one of my favorite monsters, and I think it was fair just to keep them up there. Ludwig, I've always liked them. Same thing with Skartar. They've always been my favorite Celestials. Um, I just adore their sounds. Um, Same thing with Parlside and Stillroar. I just adore their sounds. And I love the idea of a monster with like a space overlay at one point of their on like some point of their body. I just think that's really cool in characters like Omnitraxis, I think the name is, on Star versus the Forces of Evil. Like they're all just so cool. I just love spacey characters. Um, so yeah, this is my final. This is the final look at the tier list. Um, and I hope you enjoyed this video. um, I hope to see you in. Well, I say I hope to see you, but I don't know if I'm necessarily going to see you. But I hope that you join me at least in some of the other streams later today, especially the one that's going to be at 6. Um, Again, thank you so much for joining. Really sorry about canceling Crossed Island. It's just what was best for me. I know it had a lot of hype, and I know a lot of people really were excited, but it wasn't going to sound good. Um, and it was a lot of pressure. Um, I just couldn't get it to work. But anyway, again, I really appreciate you joining, and I hope to see you again in the future. Goodbye.